Hello, hello, beautiful souls. I'm starting to do the titles with the card that gets pulled for the angel message of the day. So, if this doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. Feel free to move on. Maybe check out another reading. But if I am doing this reading and it resonates, please sit down and let's get your message. Singing and dancing. Express yourself and awaken your psychic senses through the magical power of music and movement. Hello, hello, beautiful soul. Thank you so much for joining me and giving me this honor of giving you this message from your angels. I want you to know, no matter where you are in this time and place, that you're exactly where you're meant to be. That you are loved, you are guided, and you're protected. And you have messages from loved ones from the other side. Oh, they're asking about eating a little bit more with intention as well. So this looks like this reading is about taking care of oneself's body because your psychic energies are very strong. You definitely have major abilities, but they're asking you right now, and we just went through the holiday season here in the Western Hemisphere, and pardon me, and so we might not have ate so well. We might have ate like extra goodies, cookies and stuff like that. And your angels are asking you right now to align so your actions so they match your values and your inner knowingness of what is right for you. So what they're saying is singing and dancing is going to get your body moving. But when you get hungry, when it's time to eat, be conscious of eating like fresh organic fruits and vegetables. Make sure that you're giving yourself like a boost of life force energy that elevates your frequency, your spiritual frequency, your body's frequency. Because when you get your body going, just like a car, and you give it the right instruments, it's going to perform better. And your psychic abilities are going to be that much stronger. Oh, third eye chakra is on the bottom. It says, it is safe for you to see the energy of love in all forms, such as angels, auras, and visions. Oh, goodness. It sounds like you're someone that actually talks and speaks with angels as well. Now, I'm going to ask the angels for some guidance, and we're going to grab your angel number. And I'm so excited because this evening, all the zodiacs are going to start rolling out for this week. They're not all coming out all at once. I am doing them as earth, air, water, and fire. So they will roll out in those like in kind of like that order. So like today, it's going to be all the earth element zodiacs. Tuesday, it's going to be all the air zodiacs. Wednesday, it's all the water zodiacs. And then Thursday is all the fire zodiacs. And then on Friday, there's something special coming again. Again. Okay, I'm telling you, I purposely, because this card was in this deck. That's why I chose this deck to read today. And I put this card, because this card was in this deck. And I'm like, what are you doing in this deck now? Because my cards keep, like, it's interesting. It's like, they're sliding in little messages on their own. And I know you might not understand that. Waterfall, effortless. The other one was compassion. It's at the top of this deck. Oh, no, it's not. Look at that. I said, oh, it looks like we have a little bit of a reading here. So kind of just buckle in and hang in with me because the angels got something to say to you. They're saying that this is going to be effortless for you, especially once you get started. Singing and dancing is going to heighten that energy. So then you'll obviously be drinking more water and hydrating yourself, eating better. And it looks like as that happens, you're going to be shifting pretty quickly. Because this is kind of like a ceremony that's happening. And the angels are helping you with this. And this is really elevating this third eye psychic ability. They really wanted you to know that. My goodness. That's definitely the guidance. Um, so they're saying like you're going to be going within, and singing and dancing apparently gets you into like a trance-like state that makes you feel so good. And that's where they're asking you to start, because then it makes the rest of this effortless. And this is your source of ceremony and invocation when you communicate to spirit, your angels, and your guides, your past loved ones. Like that's that's what they're saying. They're saying this is how you do it, and it's like so effortless. And they're saying it's even better when you start eating and you're like in that healthy space. And don't feel bad. It's not your fault. It's like what they put in the food now. So like you can't, you know, there's like microplastics and all kinds of all kinds of preservatives and salts. There's so many recalls nowadays. So I think that's what they're like really like stating. Like I think that you're aware of these things, but they're actually asking you to take a step more towards like more organic fruits and vegetables. And if you do already, that is amazing. Like that is amazing. That's good stuff. So I still do feel to pull this as some cards for guidance. Meditation brings answers. That came out yesterday as well. Look at how bright it is. Oh my goodness. That's incredible. Um, even I even see like this becomes like a meditative energy for you, even when you're singing and dancing. And again, it's going to be elevated. It's like the ceremony for you, and it's going to be elevated. The more you sing, the more you dance, the more you elevate. This is your ceremony. This is your prayer. This is your ritual with with the universe. This is beautiful. This is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I am feeling called to pull one card over here. I'm gonna see what comes out. I always trust. Like if I get pulled somewhere for more of a message, then yes. Sometimes they're longer, sometimes they're shorter. I'm just a messenger. I go with the flow, and I feel honored that I get to do this. You know, I love this. Lotus flower unfoldment. You know, the lotus flower is known for psychic abilities. Um, I'm just going to share a quick story. I once, when I first, maybe you're restarting something, maybe that's what I'm telling this. So it is a new year and stuff, but when I first moved to Niagara Falls, which was like 13 years ago, something like that. No, not that long ago. How long? Maybe 11, 12 years ago. And I was in a woman's shelter. I had left a really bad relationship. And a lot of things were changing in my life. Like my diet changed. I wasn't smoking as much cigarettes, and I wasn't like puffing, you know. And I was getting a steady routine, and I was eating a certain diet, and I did that repetitively for weeks and weeks. And because of that, my ability shot through the roof. And it all began with a dream of I went on like a weird tourist thing, and I put my hands in the mud in the dream, and I felt around, and I pulled out a crystal, like a purple crystal, and it was covered in mud. And I started washing it away in the river, and I noticed it was a purple amethyst lotus. And I knew in that moment that something really cool was about to happen. And then I woke up. I had so much connection, and so many miracles happened for me at that time. Getting a new place to live. I thought it was impossible to get a new place to live. I had debts. I had all kinds of crazy things going on. My ex had ran up like a lot of money on me, and I thought I'm never gonna get a place to live. And I ended up getting a place to live, and I stayed there for 11 years. Like 11, oh, almost 12 years, yeah. And now I moved again, right? And I'm in the same kind of process of I trust, let go, And I allow my angels, my guides, and the higher powers to guide me. I allow, that to come in. I don't usually, again, share so much, but I'm going to. Like I pray, and when I get into my prayers, I go very deep, and I call it like walk with Jesus. I've been doing that since I was a young little girl. Is when it's super hard times, I specifically request in a prayer, but I'm like in a meditative state, and I ask like Jesus to come down and walk with me and talk with me. And most of the time, I'm not gonna lie, I fall asleep. I do not remember, but when I wake up, I seem to have a solution or an answer. Sometimes I do stay awake through the process, and I've had some very profound healing moments. I've had moments where Jesus holds me while I cry, and I just ask for guidance because I'm confused with my heart and stuff. And I'm not saying I've gone through like the worst things in the world, but I do know that I've gone through some heavy things. Um, and I know that because of feedback from other people. And that's not saying like I'm a warrior or anything like that. It's just this is how I communicate with my like for me personally, I feel very close to Jesus, and I always have since I was a young girl. And I know everybody has their own thing, their own ascended master. But for me, it's always been Jesus. And I do speak with other angels, guides, goddesses, deities, and like I kind of understand things maybe in a different perspective than others. Um, but I do see them kind of all under the same oneness, and and that's what Jesus explained to me when I was a little girl. So I understand that you're probably very psychic, and you might actually have used food in the past to kind of um, slow it down a bit because it can get intense. And I'm speaking from my heart and from experience here. Is It can be very difficult sometimes when you are gifted. In my 30s, I met one of my best friends because I was calling her boyfriend, which happened to be kind of a psychic, and that I felt pulled um, to turn it off. I didn't want my abilities, but that was because what had happened to me in my childhood and stuff. And here I am now, right? So I've always read and I've always been connected with spirits and stuff, but I never. How do I put that? I never wanted to be out into public really about what I was doing. And I slowly and steadily have been doing that since about 2011 because my spirit guides had like shaken me and said like you got to start doing this and sharing because it helps other people. And I've been honored to help other people along their journey. Sometimes I don't know how I help them, and sometimes I do. Um, and I'm just very grateful for that. So that's why I'm so excited about this channel this year. I have this trust and flow and knowing, and I'm feeling like it can be kind of intense for you. And I just want you to know it's okay. You can tell your angels to curb it down a bit, without having to eat bad food for your body. Um, I had done that for many years. Smoking. I even tried drinking. I don't drink anymore. But I found actually drinking enhanced it for me and it actually opened more doors. So I'm very glad that I don't drink anymore. Um, that's just for me. Sometimes drinking turns it off for people, but that's just for me. Um, so I just want you to know it's okay to have these abilities and that they're very much needed in this world, and that I hope that if you don't feel safe enough around human beings, um, to go psychically start connecting with plants, animals, trees. Um, I don't suggest starting with elements right away because it can kind of freak you out again. Um, but with a plant, What you can do is just kind of hang out with a plant if you have a household plant and just meditate with it and see what you get from it. Write down any words or anything like that. And then after a week's time, go look up your plant and see if it's got any health benefits or if there's anything towards it. And even if it's negative, just kind of go with the flow because not all plants have a positive output if you eat them or make them into a tea, because that's them protecting themselves, right? Because usually if you can't eat a plant, it's because they're doing something beneficial for the planet or for the air. So that's why you like, because everything has a purpose, right? So I invite you to start that, or even with your animals, um, using psychic imagery with your animals. Cats are slower; they're very, very much psychic, so they're really easy to attune with and work with. Dogs are a little bit different because they're very fast and rapid, and it's kind of hard to catch their images because it's like really quick. But they're usually repetitive. Dogs are usually repetitive with their images as well. Um, so yes, that's my just my little touch on it all. I'm going to put this citron here for you as an energy booster while I read the angel number message for us. Okay? 55. This is a period of out with the old and in with the new. Welcome these new changes as they bring about new blessings. So your angels are saying it's okay. There's going to be more blessings coming in with your gifts. And to take it easy, don't put yourself on a timeline either, okay? Um, Go at your own pace and what feels right for you, what feels comfortable for you, okay, darling? So thank you so much for joining me. Um, Tomorrow's going to have the new goodie in the description. And but there is, of course, there's been the same goodie in the description for the last couple of weeks. That's okay. It's a 7-day nature ritual course to help you get connected with nature. Um, it's just like a little ritual guide, and it's an invitation. If you feel inspired by anything in that, please feel free to do that. I did put my Udemy down there. My courses are on sale. There's going to be another sale coming up because the new moon is coming up. So there will be another sale coming up with that. But those will be later in the week in the description. But you can follow me on Udemy, I think, and do that. I'm looking forward to the new courses that are also coming out. And there's just so much. I've been working on so much this past year. In my healing and growing, I naturally like to give back, and for me, that's teaching. And I love educating because education builds confidence, it builds skills, and those skills, again, build more confidence, and then you can stack those wins. So that's why I decided to start educating with the things that I know. And I feel very honored and privileged to be able to share. So thank you again, and lots of love. I will see you tomorrow.